Hey y'all, I have not did a video in a week or so. I've been getting home real late. So I figured before it rains again, I will give you an update on the garden. We have did some things in here. We've moved things around, trying to figure out what works best. My David Austin roses are now above the thing I have built for them to go over on one side, and on the other side they're about 5 feet tall. On the beds, some of them, we have started our second thing around. I'm trying to get them high enough that these on the bottom, when I put in mulch, it's almost to the top of the board, so I decided to do another one. I will go back when all these plants are out and fill it up with dirt to make the dirt higher up so these are not sunk down in. I've taken out all the tomatoes, all of them here and the ones over there. I have put them over there in this big pecan on the other side of the greenhouse. I've put them underneath that for some shade, so hopefully that will give them, so when it's over 90 degrees, tomatoes will drop their blossoms. So even though the tomatoes are growing, I'm not getting any fruit on them because they're dropping blossoms because it's too hot. So this is my bee balm. It's growing good. I brought my pineapple plants in here. So this is the one pineapple right there, and that's the other right there. This one does not have any pineapple. It's just growing. Again, I haven't had time to weed eat and everything very much, so bear with me on that. These are the peppers. These are hot peppers. I was trying to catch a bee. No, but leave it. These are the ones I'm going to make red pepper flakes with. I'll pick them probably at the end of this video. We got a few jalapenos. These are the peppers, the pimento peppers right here, and then a couple tomatoes. This was the tomato that we took the cutting from another plant and stuck it in the ground. It hasn't grown very big, but then again, I haven't been fertilizing and stuff because I haven't been home. A couple of tomato plants are growing a little bit. These are the second round of potatoes. I'll probably let Cheese dig these when these start dying back a little bit more. There's nothing in there. These are, let's see if we got anything. I've got some of these started. These are zucchinis. I got some more started. I'll plant them out when they're big enough. I did plant one right here. This is session, so these still had some zucchinis on it. That's why I've left them in here. But it looks like they're all off of it now. So I may pull all these out and put new ones in. My asparagus, that's crazy. But next year we're gonna have some pretty decent size asparagus. These are about the size of my fingers. Here's another one. And this one's already started sprouting, but that's about how big they are. So when these die back in the winter, these tops, I'll cut them back. And then next year will be my third year, so I'll be able to harvest asparagus off of these. There's some on this side too. That's pretty decent size. So excited about that. I did pull all the onions up. They wasn't doing anything. That was an experiment anyway. Our snap peas, it was too hot. It killed them back. This is a shishito pepper. There's none on it because I've been picking them and we've been blistering them. Super good with an aioli. This is my bell peppers. Got a bunch on that. And there's this is different types of bell peppers. There's not really any on that. This is my mini bell pepper. I've been picking these, so that's why there's not a ton on them. And as you see, I have a ton of slugs or snails, so that's what's eating half of these plants. With all this rain, it's hard to keep them off. These are my artichokes. They're getting big, and they will take over this whole entire bed. Over here is more peppers. We've got some more jalapenos. I need to harvest a bunch of stuff. I haven't because I was trying to wait and do a video, but like this, it's rotten now. So, because I haven't harvested it. And then some of them's turning red, which are super hot. And then I have some banana peppers. This is my sweet potato bed. I just kind of let it go do whatever it wants to do. Got some more banana peppers. I think these are the hot bananas. They're really not that hot. They do have a kick to them though, and I really like them, but don't get them mixed up. This whole big plant right here, all that is one plant. It's that Mad Hatter plant. These are what the peppers look like on it. It's a really good pepper. It's a hotter pepper, but it's not so hot you can't eat it. And I like the flavor of it. It is, though, getting on top of all my other pepper plants that are around it. These are some of the bananas. Well, if I can grab it. I need to get these harvested. But it goes all the way this way. Rue's yelling. He wants some food. I've put a lot of these Mad Hatter peppers in my homemade salsa that I made. This is my habanada and my jalapenos. I have taken some off of these, and I put these also in the salsa because I didn't want too much heat, but I did want some of the jalapeno flavor. My Kajari melon is not doing too swell. I had about 7 Kajari melons on here, 6 or 7, and worms got into every single one of them. Oh, there's a little Spider-Man. And I had to give them all to the chickens, so I'm a little bummed about that. But the couple that I did get was very tasty, and I will so grow them again next year. Tomato plants, they're, all diseased, but I still am getting a few tomatoes here and there, so I just leave them and snack on them when I'm in the garden so they don't split from all the rain, because these are my favorite cherry tomatoes. Do like that all the way around. The ones that should be getting big are not really getting big. They'll rotten before. This is too hot for them. This is diseased all the way up. If it's got new growth on it at the top, like this, that's super healthy. I wasn't really worried about pulling the plant out. As long as enough, I just keep taking the stems off that are not healthy as we go up the plant. That's why this one's bare all the way, and then the tip top, all that's real healthy. So I've been doing that, and I've still been getting a little bit of tomatoes as we go. That one has some things on it. I'll give that one to the pigs. I'll just come back and pick all them up later. My okra, I have got more regular okra like this started, because I only have 3 of these plants. All the rest of the okra is this burgundy kind that I do not like. That okra, it's too seedy and woody, and I like baked okra, and you just can't do it with that. And so I've started more of these, so that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 plants in here of this that I don't like, and there's 1, 2, 3, only 3 of the ones I do like. So that's why, oh, 4. There's a little one right here. So that's why I want to take all these out. I left them in, and I'm taking these and I'm giving them to the chickens and the pigs until my other plants get big enough I can put in here. My cucamelons are kind of wild. I have tasted them for the first time. So this is what they look like. They literally taste like a watermelon and cucumber mixed. I wanted to try to get enough that I could pickle them, but I've not got that many on here for some weird reason. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants. That's what the insides of them look like. And that's what a squash bug looks like. So, I like them. Payday does not like them. I think they'll be really good as like little fridge pickles. There's a bunch of them on the ground. And I can pick them up. So, this is our massive sunflower that had the multi-heads on it. I want to harvest the head. So, I come out here to check to see. And the way you know is if the back of it has got brown all over it and it's all dried up. And then you can come in here and take all that off. And you see if these are kind of loose, and these are very loose. So I'm gonna harvest this, and then I will show you how we get the seeds out after the garden tour. So my loofah plant has went very, very, very crazy. So you see the loofah there. There's also another loofah right there. Let's see if I'm zooming right there. So there's 2 right there. We got the one right here that's already started drying out, which is the original big one. We got the one right here, which is what I gave y'all a weekly update on. We have another one right there. We have a bunch of these little ones like this, but a lot of them are falling off because they're either not getting pollinated or the storm's knocking them off, or whatever the case may be. Peyton came out here and I think she counted 8. The only ones that I know for sure are the 3 up in here and then the 2 over there. So there's 5 for sure we're gonna have. But I think there is somewhere up in all this tangled mess. It has taken over the back fence. It is now going down the fence over here. The tomato plant cells right here, I had to move them out because it was going down that. I'm pulling all this wire out and it's grabbed a hold of the wire everywhere. So it's just going crazy. You see I have a bunch of blooms. Those are all male blooms. So I have to wait till I get female blooms and then I can possibly hand pollinate. See, there's another one right there. But again, I don't know if that's gonna take or not. There's another one right there. But that one looks like it's already dying, so I'm not gonna count on that. These are my ground cherries. I put them in extremely late, so I don't think they're gonna do much. I actually forgot I had the seeds, and I was like, oh, I got enough time, so I put them in. I don't think I have enough time. These are the acre peas that Cheese and Pops likes, and once we got all the pests off of them, so you can see for the most part they're not all covered and they're healthier looking. I have been coming out here and I have been picking the peas off of them. This is a weed. Well, that wasn't a weed, but this is a weed. I've been picking the peas off of them and I have been shelling them. It takes a lot of these peas or beans, these pods. It takes a lot of those to fill up a Ziploc bag of peas. So I hope they really enjoy these peas. My cucumber is about dead. I had probably 6 or 7 cucumbers on them, and worms got in every one of them. I do have a couple little ones left. I have started more cucumbers to see if I can do another round of them. I should have enough time in my growing season to do it. But see right here, a worm has gotten in that, and that's what it looks like. So that will go to the chickens. They enjoy the cucumbers and they really enjoy the worms. I do have plants on this side that look better, but the cucumbers look yellow like that. There's another one. I don't know if y'all can see that in there. So I'm just going to start new plants. So I'm going to start new cucumbers, okra right here, and green beans, because my green beans, all my bush beans are done. They died back. They're gone. I pulled them out. My pole beans, they're still growing, but they're not producing. So I think I'm going to come in here and pull all these out because I love fresh green beans. So I'm pretty sure I have enough time to start. I mean, we have a couple here and there, but nothing major. Not for all this plant. We should have more. So I'm going to start some more pole beans. The ones on this side completely died back, and I just need to weed eat this. I haven't had a chance to weed eat much. I think that's everything in here. We'll walk over here to the flower bed. Nothing's really going on with the fruit, so the fruit trees. And this is why I can't have mulch in my flower bed, because Nova snuck into the garden and got that, and she'll sit there and eat it. This is not a squash plant. These are some seeds I started, but it rained so much they've been sitting in water, so I don't think any of these are going to come up. This is my oak trees. They're doing pretty good. These are some tomato starts. I'm probably going to put those in. I put all my tomatoes in a row over there. We'll walk over there in a second, but I'm probably going to put all these starts in it. This is my ginger. I'm trying to grow ginger to get more ginger roots. So this was just pieces of ginger in here, and they've all started to take. So I'm fixing to pull this all up and repot that in individual pots. I'm probably going to switch all this around also. I'm probably going to put Iris up here and put my potting table down here on a mat, because I'm just tired of weed eating around this. This is that purple flower. Don't remember the name of it, but we thought it was super pretty. These are weeds, so don't think I'm growing something great here. These are daisies, and then you just have flowers back there. The roses are getting pretty big, doing good. These are my Walmart clearance roses. This one's super tall. All the roses have already died by on that one, but they'll produce one more round, I think. This is a pecan tree that I'll have to pull out. I don't want a pecan tree in here. That's more dahlias. That's down there at the other end, and they're fixing to bud. I just noticed that. Pretty excited about that. That's Mama Patty's favorite flower. My lavender died. Don't know what happened with that. Strawberries are doing good. I need to fertilize them. And this has a ton of strawberries on it. We got one right here. You know who really likes strawberries? She's heard me pick it. Here. She loves them. As long as she don't pick them off of this, I'm good. I need to come in here and pull all this black or dead stuff out. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I'll do it. And then I'm also going to come in here and pot all these up to make more plants. I'm going to like clip a pot right here with some soil in it And then once it takes root, I'll cut it off, and then I'll have my own individual plants. Everything back here is growing or dying. Some of the things are growing but dying back. Those are my shampoo ginger plants, some cactuses, some down there is lemon trees. My basil's growing pretty big. I want to try to make basil tea. I think everything else in here pretty much died. This is just everything we have on the potting table. Half of this probably does not need to be outside. This is, Cheese's banana tree now has a third banana tree in there. I'll probably repot this too today, separate them out, and I guess that baby too. This is all my herbs. We got mint and oregano. The basil looks bad on this one because I harvest it all the time. And this oregano, I generally just come in here and clip that. We don't want it to go to flower. I didn't mean to pull this whole thing out, but I'm surprised some of this has lived because I know it don't like the hot heat. Like cilantro does not like heat, but I keep it like this, or this one, because it's the biggest. I've been getting that with the salsa. I keep it like that, where it's kind of blocked from the sun, and it somewhat did okay. This is 8. I'm not sure what ate that, but this was my chamomile, completely gone. I have some little flowers in there of each color. And this is a very pretty, it's a type of lily. I don't know what it is, just pretty. This is the random flower thing. We have flowers everywhere on it. This is Peyton's little strawberry thing. It's growing good. We've gotten some strawberries off of it. We have more growing. These are the other strawberry plants that we got from Esposito's. So I don't remember if I told y'all or not. I think what my plan is going to be is 1, 2, 3, 4, and all strawberries. That one and that one is going to be in the herbs like it is. And then I have another one I'm going to put on the back porch in herbs. That way I don't have to come all the way out here when I need herbs when I'm cooking, because I use them a lot. And then lastly, we moved all the tomatoes over here. So this big canopy tree is a pecan tree, but the branches come out and it kind of makes a shade canopy over it. Figured this was easier than hanging shade cloth. So I have rows so I can go up. Because see, like, that's what my tomatoes are doing. They're rotting and splitting, and they're mush from the get-go before they even rotted or split because they're so hot. But I can walk in here, and then I can walk through this one broke yesterday when we was moving it. It fell, had some cat facing on it, but then when it fell, I set it here and I said, well, I'll get it when we're done moving everything, and ants got in it, so I just left it. But we do have another one on here, so hopefully that'll do. Some of these that are not producing anything, like this one, so it's rotten right here in the center. I'll pull this out, and those starts we got over there I'll put in here and see if we can get another round of tomatoes before winter. Like this one don't have any blossoms on it at all. All the blossoms have dropped, so I'll pull this one out and see if we can put one of those in there. This one has blossoms, so I'll leave that one. And I'll just continue on and do that. I do have some other ones started too, but I don't think they're gonna do anything in time. But we'll see next year how this goes with keeping my tomatoes here. And again, if they do poorly, I found that You Pick Tomato Place, so I can go there. Okay, well, I'm going to get in here and get some things repotted, and I will show y'all how they go when I'm done with them. Hey y'all, it's super hot out here, so I'm gonna try to do this video fast. I finally got the sunflower heads harvested, and I'm gonna show you how we get sunflowers out of it. So each one of these has the petals and buds, and you just kind of pull them off around. And then it's got this little furry stuff in it, so you can just rub it. And when you get to the center, under all that, is where you get to the actual sunflower seeds. So this one's still kind of tight. Oh, sorry. This one's still kind of tight. The seeds are tight in there. So I'll probably let this head sit for a couple days and they'll loosen up. These were that multi-head that was in the asparagus bed, and if you rub all this off, the sunflower seeds are in the middle of that. So I've got a couple crows I'm trying to befriend, so I'm gonna save some of these sunflower seeds for them and see if they want any. So I think, well, my stringer's not gonna do. I'll put my seeds in this flower pot. just kind of come out. And if you're going to store these, you got to leave them laying out for a couple days so that they can dry out, and then you can plant them again next year. Which the big sunflower head, I'm actually going to save those seeds, some of those seeds. I'll give some to the chickens and to the birds. I'm gonna save some of those to replant next year, because that was my massive sunflower and it was multi-headed. I would like to get some sunflower seeds, but he sells out so quick. I don't think I'll be able to get any. So once you do that, they're just kind of in here. The big one, I'll pull that out so y'all can see it. So you want to wait till there's browning on the back, and then you and these seeds, I don't know if you can see them moving, they're loose. So that's how you know these are ready to harvest. So the easiest way I found to do this on these big heads, let me clean up these little heads because I made a mess and got seeds everywhere. You hear the animals going crazy. Peyton's in the background feeding up. And Nova's choking on the stick. I'll get those in a minute. There's not too many in there. Okay, so the easiest way I've saw to do this is to break it in half. And then when you have a piece of it, they all just come right out. And because these are loose, they come out super easy. I'm barely even putting any pressure on them. And these are the ones I'm going to save some for planting next year. I think I'll try to do my sunflower wall again in these. And that's what it looks like when you get all the seeds out. This part is super like spongy. It's weird. It's not what you would think the inside of a sunflower would feel like. But all right, I'm gonna put you on the time lapse so I can do the rest of them. So this is my harvest I got today. We're starting to get some decent bell peppers and a ton of peppers. Habaneros, jalapenos, Mad Hatters, banana peppers, hot bananas, and cayennes. I did pick this okra. I went ahead and picked it. I may keep trying different recipes to see if I can find one I like. I don't like it. I like the baked okra the best, so like I told you earlier, I'm gonna get those plants going so I can get those planted out. And that is July's update for the garden.